Hey, Coach, in that final time out there, you could see that Dame and CJ were talking a lot in that final huddle. What was kind of the debate about?
I really don't recall. I think they were talking about how Boston might defend the last play.
And what were you hoping to get a 2-pointer out of that, or were you looking to get a 3 first? Or
No, we were looking for a 3, but they jumped out. They jumped out on Dame, and he made a reaction pass to Nurk. But yeah, of course, we were looking to get a 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question is coming from Jared Greenberg with Turner Sports.
Coach, you talked the last couple days about playoff mentality. This is playoff basketball for you guys. Is there any risk or any balance you have to have not taking the loss too hard and having to carry over?
No, I think with the urgency of playing 6 more games, I don't think we'll have a hangover. I mean, I think if anything, we'll take away that we played extremely well in the second half. We showed what we're capable of doing against a really good team. So we know what's at stake. We don't, honestly, we all know we don't have time to have any hangover after a loss.
Next question is coming from Dwight James with NBC Sports Northwest.
Terry, you finally let's start off by saying you gave up a lot of open threes in the first half, and then it seemed like you finally blitzed a little bit in the second half. Was there any thought at halftime of just switching what you were doing on your coverages on threes?
Well, I'll take exception a little bit in that some of their threes in the first half were off the dribble one-on-one. So, it had nothing to do with blitzing. They made some good threes off the dribble. Actually blitzing with a team like that, blitzing opens up more 3-point shooting. If you commit 2 guys to the ball, that means somebody else is open. So, I mean, they're a good team. They move the ball really well. They make good reads. Jaylen Brown going 4 for 4 in the fourth, made big threes in the fourth quarter. But, they still shot a good percentage in the second half. I just thought we played, obviously we played a lot better offensively in the second half, which made it a little bit easier on our defense. But, no, it's they pose a lot of problems with their personnel.
Next question is coming from Casey Holdall with Trailblazers.com.
Terry, can you talk about what you've gotten from Gary Trent in the first couple games and just your thoughts on his performance and what it's meant to the team so far through 2 games in Orlando?
Well, obviously tonight he goes 7 for 11, I believe, from 3. So his shooting, he's in a real rhythm. He's shooting with confidence. For him to be out there and space the floor, not only does it create opportunities for him, but it opens it up for other people. I think the thing is with Gary, and I've said this all year, is that he's really made a step defensively. He takes a lot of pride in his defense. We put him on tough matchups. He accepts that challenge, and he's got toughness. He's out there getting on the floor, making tough plays.
JT, sounds like you have a question there.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You guys are among the top of the bubble, just while your guys back healthy, how well you're playing. I'm sure you can feel that to have the whole team together up close. How do you kind of balance the feeling that you're back and ready versus the work that you have to make sure you stay nice?
Well, first of all, I do want to not forget that we have Rodney Hood and Trevor Reeves who aren't here. So, they're still part of the team. But it really doesn't talk to the bubble or anything. Doesn't matter. What I like about the way we approach this is pretty singular focus on how important each game is, and the chatter, the noise really shouldn't affect us one way or the other.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick with The Athletic.
Jerry, you did make a defensive change, though. You did start sending 2 guys at Tatum. Can you remember exactly when you kind of made that call to play it that way?
Yeah, I was out of timeout. Matter of fact, we blitzed them and they hit a three. So I can't say that necessarily worked out too well. But I think we went back to trying to be more aggressive. But like I said, you kind of have to pick your poison. But it was, I don't know, you can go back on the play-by-play. Whenever Gordon Hayward hit a three on the left wing, that's when we doubled.
And you pretty much stuck with that too, right?
I'm sorry?
You pretty much stuck with it throughout after that, right?
Not really. We did a lot of switching.
Next question is coming from Eric Gunderson with the Associated Press.
Terry, we saw that you put Dame on Tatum there. I mean, it seemed like he did a pretty good job. I mean, Tatum didn't have as good of a second half. What did you think about the job Dame did on him in the second half to kind of help get you guys back in the game?
Well, first of all, you know, obviously we rode Dame the second half offensively. He was outstanding. He carried the burden. He wanted to play the whole game, whole second half. I thought he was very aggressive with Tatum. I thought he got into him, contested his shots, tried to make it difficult for him. So much so that I think they were running some plays to get switches to get Dame off him. So, you know, what Dame did on both ends of the court is pretty commendable.